Hi there. Today I want to show you how to navigate through your dashboard. And I'm going to start with the Cybercafe dashboard. As you can see, this is the Cybercafe dashboard. So the user's already logged in. This is what you're going to encounter. The most important bit is at the hero section where you get to have a view of snapshot of your profile. So you can see that you've already set up your profile to 100% complete. If not, you can come here, you go to profile, and you'll be able to set your profile details. So I'll go back to the dashboard, and from there, you'll see that this is the section that shows you the number of coins that you have. Remember, the coins will be used to bid for jobs. And to recharge, you just click here and a window will open where you'll be able to put or rather recharge your coins. I would want to show you also this feature where you're able to see the history. It's like a drawer where you see the history of all the transactions that you've done with your coins history. So take it as a statement. The way you go to a bank or M-Pesa, mobile money wallet, where you get to see your statement, how much money has gone in, how much has gone out. That is the same concept. And there are different things. So for example, you're going to see a recharge state. So every time you purchase, you're going to recharge. And you're going to see that status there, the recharge status. Then you're going to see also bid submission. So for each bid submission, there's a deduction that goes out. And then the other state is there's a refund. So remember that we've said we are giving 50% refund in case you bid and you don't get selected, and we give you 100% discount, refund in case you bid but the deadline passes without the job poster hiring. So in that case, then you're going to see your refunds coming in. For example, on this account, you can see a couple more refunds. Then remember also that this is a premium account, so they're able to see some enhanced features. So now we can come to the quick action tab where you can see that this is they'll be able to find um, all the necessary features that you want in a snapshot. So you can start with posting a job. So you can come to that and you'll post a job by just clicking on the post job icon, and you will put in your details for the job that you want to get a freelancer on. So put in the title, the category. For example, if you choose, for example, if you need a logo, um, there's design and media. Design and media. So for example, logo design, logo for my business. Then here you're going to put uh, maybe a quick description of the same. So you can just edit, or you can use ChatGPT to enhance based on the title that you have, and tell it to create a job listing for you based on that title. And then we're going to recommend the skills that are necessary based on the category that you chose. For example, here we chose design and media. So we're going to recommend this. So here, maybe what I'm looking for is someone who's good in logo and branding design. Maybe if you want something else, you can also select. That can be a guide so that we get to look for smart matches based on what the freelancers have actually put as their skills. And then you're going to help us put a budget. So maybe there's a logo, maybe I'm ready to give out 500. So be also very much reasonable when it comes to that, so that you get quality proposals. However, freelancers are also encouraged to bid based on their own price. So if I put a 500 as the poster, as a job poster, it doesn't mean that I'm actually expecting all the people or all the proposals to come with 500 or less. Some can come as high so that you get to evaluate whether you want to work with that or the same budget or below budget. That is up to you. But remember, you have to look at someone who can deliver quality. That is your discretion. Then you can put a date. How long do you think this project? How long do you want this project to be done? So try to factor in how long it will take to address or get proposals, you reviewing the proposals, and then that person getting to work. So normally that process can take 2 to 3 days. For you to settle on a proposal, it can take averagely 3 days. So look at how to factor into your project deadline, so that if, for example, I want to give this person 5 days to deliver the project, then you're factoring at least 3 days of the hiring process to be completed. And then after that, you just post. Posting is free. So there's a checklist here that will show you whether you are actually good to go when it comes to the relevant areas of interest or checklists. And the moment you are able to complete everything as required, then that will be 100% and you can proceed and post. To view the jobs that have been advertised or currently active, you just have to come here and you'll see the top jobs that have been advertised. And you can also come to view all, or you can come to this tab at the top, which is available jobs, and you'll be able to still see all the jobs that have been advertised. Um, Feature jobs, these are jobs that have been paid for to be featured in the job list so that they can get higher visibility. And in most scenarios, they will appear at the top of the job list. And then we have also something like a verified. You'll see a verified like this. So verified client, it means that this client has paid for premium. Premium is basically like what we have here. You can see that Modern Digital Hub has paid for premium. They're currently premium clients. Good. So you will also have on the side a few things. For example, you have your wallet card where you're able to see how many coins do you have left. The history is also here. There's a quick tulip or quick tips tulip. There the below the footer. And then there's also an SMS marketing hub where you are able to send SMSs. So you can top up. For example, you can just click on that and you can top up for SMS credits, where you can just come here and type your message. Kenya is a beautiful country, and you can send it to multiple numbers. So they have to be Safaricom numbers for now. Alternatively, you can have them listed on CSV, comma separated, or even line separated in a column, and you just come and upload. That will also work. So those options are there. And once you have that, if you have the units, SMS units, like what we have here, then you should be able to just click and send. As simple as that. But if you don't have, they will have a button for you to recharge here, so that you're able to click on that, recharge, get your units, and then you can send. The pricing for this again is 0.5 per SMS unit, and that is for the 160 character SMS unit. So remember, this will be your calculator. So if you add, for example, if you have too much, more than 160 characters, which is the standard, then it will definitely go to 2 parts. So I know we understand that 160, that is the limit. So if it's 160, that is 1 part. But if it goes to that, more than 160, 2 parts, and that will continue um, down the road. The longer the message, the more you will have to pay when it comes to the cost. Good. So I'll go back. I think the other feature to look at is you can also view your jobs, listed jobs. So here you can view. I think we need to change the money icon from dollar, or rather even add the Kenyan shillings icon or something, so that it's more. But this is now what you have posted. So you can see that I've posted a job worth Kenyan shillings 300, 5,000, and you can see the jobs and the statuses. Then ongoing projects, these are the works or the projects or the jobs that you have bid, you have actually won, and you're currently working on them. So again, you can come here and just view all, and this will take you to the job workspace. So this is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. So you can see that I'm actually working on this project, and this is the client. I can click on the client's profile and I'll see a few details about the client. I can see they're actually online now, where they are based. I'll see bio about them as per what they have said on their profile. And of course, the email address is masked out. And we'll also see a skill section where I can even endorse whether that is a skill that I support or have actually validated. We'll have a portfolio section. If they have uploaded a portfolio, you'll be able to see. And also, if they have a review, you'll be able to see, so that you get to know who you are working with. So I'll go back to the job workspace. So this is where the magic happens. This is where you probably do the entire job from. And so once you start working, all you need to do is to come and update the job status by just moving this to maybe 50% and clicking on save, or even putting in a customized message. Hi there, the work is in progress. And the moment you click on save, a status update will be sent to the job owner, who is Monica Njeri, and they'll be able to know that the work is currently in progress, as you can see, and it's currently at 50% done. Further communications, and this is basically a snapshot of the contract. So the job description, the deadline, the budget, the approved budget, because the initial budget can be 500. As you can see, this is what the client had posted, but this is the now from what was agreed on. This is what was agreed on when the proposal was hired. So this is what was quoted by the person who sent this proposal, which is Modern Digital Hub. So they quoted 100 shillings, and that was accepted, and that becomes the final budget. The deadline is set by the client. So this is what was set by the client. You can see that it's already past due. So if you come here, you'll see that it's actually expired. But now, because the job is in progress, we cannot cancel that out. So the client will have to follow up with, they'll have to follow up with the user, the owner. So hi there. So you can come to the chat section. Hi there. I'm finishing up. Project to the end of this one. And these will be notified through the project order, where they're able to chat with you through the chat section. If you want to upload a file, maybe you've worked on something and you want to upload that file so that the client can review, this is where you come and just upload. If you want to check the progress of payment, so the client will have the ability to set a payment schedule. So these are payment schedule that has been set, and a payment schedule will be set in a way that will describe the installment type. So is it does the client want to pay one-off payment, or that do they want to spread that payment into 3 different installments? So that is for you guys to agree, but the client is the one who will set. So once they set the installment, they will also set for each installment how much money am I ready to pay. So if the first installment is tomorrow, maybe it's 100 shillings, as you can see, and I want to spread it into 3 installments. Maybe the first one is 30, the second one is 30, and then the third one, it has to balance to 100 shillings for this job to be completed. So that will be 40. So 30, 30, that is 60 plus 40, that is 100. So the other thing is that they will have to set when, the due date when they want to commit to pay. So once they set that, this is what you're going to see as a worker. That, this payment is due, this one is due, and this is past due, for example, all that. So in this specific scenario, you can see that this money was actually paid quite on time. And the moment that the client pays, the money will be dispersed to the worker immediately. We don't stay with the money on our end. So we will have to process the money to the worker immediately, so that they're able to continue with their job. This is just a timeline tracker. So based on the activities that are happening within the job workspace, you'll have to see updated project timeline. So for example, you can see when the project was created, that was November 2nd, when this freelancer was assigned, November 2nd. Work has begun, November 2nd. Then lastly, is mark as complete. So the moment we mark this job as complete, and we want to put out a caveat that we need to ensure that all the payments have been done before we mark a job as complete. We need to ensure that all payments have been done before we mark the job as complete. The only person who has the ability to mark the job as complete is the job poster. Yes. So it's very essential that they get to ensure that all the payments have been made. Actually, all the users, all the project team will be able to mark this job as complete. And that is so that we are able to evaluate. So the moment I mark this job as complete, you will see that the status changes to successfully delivered, and the date is there. If you come to the timeline, you'll see the timeline has updated to project completed, and you're going to have that date. All work has been delivered and approved. And you will see that now we are able to review. We are able to review the user or the project owner or the project team. So if, for example, I'm Modern Digital, I'm able to review Monica, and Monica is able to review Modern Digital. This is very essential that you get to review so that we get to build a culture of reviews for other users, for other freelancers and other workers within the system to know who they are working with. So the moment I come here and review, maybe I give them a 5, great person to work with, and paste pretty much on time. That feedback will be part of what will be shown in our good friends reviews. It should be able to come here. So the reason why we are not seeing it here, it's because it's being processed in the background. So once that processing is done, that data will come here. And these will be publicly available for all users. And you'll be able to also see an average rating. So if you have, for example, 20 ratings, some giving a 2, some 1, some 5. So the average is what will appear here for the public to see who they are dealing with. So once the job has been marked as completed, nothing else is required from your end. Nothing much is required. That would be it. So after that, all you need to go start the process afresh, maybe bid again to be assigned, and things like that. So as you can see, my posted jobs, 2 are already completed. And when I come to this other side, I'll see that this is what I'm currently working on, ongoing projects. This is what I'm currently working on. So for ongoing projects, remember now this is me um, being a worker, as you can see. So I'm working for Vincent. And here you can see that I have a deadline that is guiding me. I've already marked the job as in progress from here. So I can decide to update it, and the user, the owner will be notified that I've moved the status from maybe 20 to 45 or to 90, whichever way. I can come to messages and I'll be able to chat with our good boss. Hello, sir. And they'll be able to respond when they see that. I can come here and I'll be able to upload a document, drag and drop, or just click here and go to the files and upload it. I can come to the payment section and I'll be able to see how the payments are moving. And so, for example, this is only 100 paid so far. The next installment is in 4 days. Okay. I can come to the timeline and I'll see the timeline, how things are moving. And I can come to the action and I'll see how things are when it comes to that. So that is it for today. See you in the next one.